got? Okay, here we go. Hey, what's happening, guys? What's happening? Again, I forget there's a button there that says go live. So here we are. Like I say, the first live of 2023. My first live being 33. And, it's good to be here. Good to be here. Life's is something. Oops, sorry. Yeah, life is interesting, but I am very happy to be here and to be able to do this and to have the support of you guys, my subscribers, but also my patrons. I was saying before I realized I wasn't live that I've been meaning to do this album reaction for a long time. I want to say since like December, but life's been happening. Luckily, I've been fine, not as bad as like my mourning period last year when everything about losing my dad was fresh and everything. But it was the I think I touched on it on the last live where it was just that thing of like the first holidays without it. Like I broke it down in I think the Barbara Streisand video where there's a pile on of five things from Thanksgiving to February 17th. You had the first Thanksgiving without him. Well, this is actually the second, but still, this is like the first year. Da, da, da. But yeah, that was the first thing. Yeah, this was the first Thanksgiving without him. Because that's the thing about early in the year stuff. You get mixed up about what happened the previous year. Da, da, da. So this was the first Thanksgiving without him, first Christmas without him, first New Year's without him, the anniversary, my birthday, the 17th coming up, his birthday. So it's 16th. I said it was 5 to 6. And what's funny is I kind of touched on it before. My parents broke up when I was like 1. But we didn't do the tight holiday, but we had consistent phone calls with him. There was nobody I spoke to more on the phone than him and his mom. So it's like but just those traditions kind of stick with you. So been dealing with that, and then a lot of weird life changes here in Las Vegas of things that look like they're going some way, but then sometimes end up being the same. But then there's still hope of a certain direction, and we'll see. That might be some good news coming up, or it'll be news regardless. How about that? So, anyway, I'm excited to get to this album. Like I said, I've owed this to the patrons for a good minute since like December. But like I said, when I'm going through things, I don't like to do lives just because it's not even about being seen. It's about, even though it's like, oh, I have been eating my feelings. I have been eating my feelings. But it's about me seeing me live. And I get a little extra insecure or whatever about my interactions and how I'm, because it's like no one can see my tiredness or my whatever better than me. So anyway, but excited to get to this album. This is Bruce Springsteen. We are doing Born to Run. I'm very excited about that. Like I said, he's very much becoming one of my favorite male vocalists ever and one of my favorite male performers ever. I see track number 1 is Thunder Road, which I've done before. With Thunder Road. Yeah, that's actually the last Bruce Springsteen reaction I did. I did a live of that, so this will be my first listen to the recorded version. So let's get ourselves ready. You guys let me know how the sound is. I see we got 3 people in here, so that's cool. So here we go. This is Thunder Road. Oh, let me turn it down a little bit.
The screen door slams, Mary's dress waves. Like a vision she dances across the porch as the radio plays. Roy Orbison singing for the lonely, Hey, that's me and I want you only. Don't turn me home again, I just can't face myself alone again. Don't run back inside, darling, you know just what I'm here for. So you're scared and you're thinking that maybe we ain't that young anymore. Show a little faith, there's magic in the night. You ain't a beauty, but hey, you're alright. Oh, and that's alright with me. You can hide with your covers and study your pain. You cross from your lovers, the roses and the rain. Waste your summer praying in vain for a savior to rise from these streets. Well, now I know you're all that's understood. Or addiction hanging off a girl's beneath this dirty hood. With a chance to make it good somehow. Hey, what else can we do now? Except roll down the window and let the wind blow back your hair. Well, the night's busted open these two lights.
I was waiting for that drop. I was waiting for the drop. First, shout out to Mike. What's happening, Mike? What is happening, Mike? Mike has been one of the biggest pushes for this reaction to happen, and I've been. Thank you so much. It's been meaning to happen for a minute, and we got here, and just happy for it. And but too, this also gives a great moment to pause the song because that's another thing. Good Lord. In terms of the feelings of things, it's also been a kind of annoyance. YouTube has been cracking down on copyright stuff like weird lately. I wonder if something went through for the new year or something, but there's videos up from like 6 or 7 months ago on my channel that I'm like, okay, I don't have to worry about them anymore, that are getting blocked and getting this and that. So that's been some annoyances too to the mood. But anyway, so it's like, okay, we gotta really get back to incorporating the pauses for reactions going forward. I might have to start making them choppy, which I hate. As a viewer of reactions, I hate choppy reactions, but for someone getting the copyright stuff, you know, we make do. So anyway, back to the song. All that stuff's to the side. Back to the song.
So take us anywhere. We got one last chance to make it real. To trade in these wings on some wheels. Climbing back heavens, waiting down on the track. Oh, come take my hand. Right now tonight to case the promised land. Oh, thunder road, oh, thunder road, oh, thunder road. Lying out there like a killer in the sun. There, I know it's late, we can't make it away right. Oh, thunder road, sit tight, take hold, thunder road. Well, I got this guitar and I learned how to make it talk. And my car's out back if you're ready to take that along.
So I'm curious, is this E Street in here? I see Mike's comment. This album made Bruce a superstar, and he was on the cover of Time and Newsweek. I say, wow, man, that is huge. I love the mix. I love the mix of his powerful vocals, but then the instruments' powerfulness. I always love when a big voice vocalist like Bruce, Prince, Aretha. I love when they're backed by vocals that, I mean, not vocals, instrumentals that give that same kind of power. That's one of my favorite things. So really, but yeah, the question is this E Street this early? I would imagine so, but I never knew for sure. And one thing I'm curious about too. I'm really curious about his first two albums because I didn't know until today that this was his third one. I think I always thought that this was his first actually. So pretty interesting. Pretty interesting.
From the front porch to my front seat, the doors open with the right hand free. But I know you're lonely for words that I ain't spoken. Tonight won't be free, all the promises will be broken. The ghosts in the eyes of all the boys you sent away. They haunt this dusty beach road and the skeleton frames of burned out Cavaliers. They scream your name at night in the street.
I love that break it did right before the end there. That it went into a whole different realm where it ended. And I see Mike your newest comment. He went for that Phil Spector sound, which is one of my favorites. The wall of sound. Yes, 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 yes. And Bruce and the E Street Band. Okay, okay, I love it. I love it. But yeah, this and what that how the song ended reminded me of a wall of sound type thing, the Spectre thing, and loved it. Forgot so my grading level for those of you who aren't familiar. It's been a little while since I did it myself. I grade on a number scale, and the number scale closely resembles the alphabet that you get raised in school. In fact, I sometimes dabble in maybe I will switch to the school grade thing because my thing is where this comes from is I know a lot of people, especially in the YouTube world of reaction to reviews, do gradings, and it's an overwhelming 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest. And my thing with that is always like it doesn't need to ever be that much. It doesn't. I like with gradings, I like it to be very simple, very A through F, 1 to 5, and that just basically explains because there's people who come in later all the time who pretty much like, wait, you gave it a 1, you hate it? No, no, no. With a 1, think of A. Think of A. My grading is very simple. 1, excellent. I'm obsessed with it. I want to hear it immediately after. I'm gonna be thinking about it all the time. The melody is gonna be imprinted in my brain. 2, I love it. I just simply love it. I'm not obsessed with it, but I do really love it. And I probably crave it and want to hear it like in the near future. 3, I like it. Enough said. I like it. 4, indifferent. I don't like it. I don't hate it. I don't dislike it. Indifferent. It's kind of skippable or not very memorable. 5, also enough said. I dislike it. I'm not feeling it. Not for me. 6 over here. I hate it. I hate it. So for that song, for Thunder Road, the recorded version, I give that a 2. But I actually would give the video I recorded, the live performance he did for it in '75, I give that version a 1. Actually, I've actually gone back and watched that video, the actual Bruce video, a few times, and really really like that. And the recorded one is different, but I do love it, and especially that instrumentation of it. His voice is what it is. It's brilliant, but that piano, that was what was really catching me off guard with this one. So Thunder Road, first listen recorded version, gets a 2, which is love it. So next one is 10th Avenue Freeze Out. Oh, I see Roy Bittan. Hope I'm saying his name right. But Roy Bittan on piano. Roy played on Stevie's. Oh, whoa. Okay. It's funny. I got to revisit that one now then. Okay. Love it. All right. That is some skill piano. That is some skill piano fingers there. So, next one. I've never heard this one. 10th Avenue Freeze Out. No clue, but here we go. Track number 2, 10th Avenue Freeze Out. Yeah, to Mike's newest comment, the E Street Band is top notch. That's the brilliance of Bruce with their pairing is that it's so evenly matched. It's what I dream for of all great vocalists, really, is to have a band that absolutely complements you and your vocal styles. And this song, this is slamming. This got some funk to it, and it's got this really good groove. I really love. I think it's the bass line in it that is just, but then the horns too. It's just it's that early mid 70s soul that we were talking about on Patreon, Mike. That's what this is very much reminding me of. This is something like really soulful, and it could, if I didn't know, I wouldn't know, I would think this was like, an R&B record, really, and that's like a huge compliment. I'm an R&B junkie. So it's like I love at first listen. It's a one on first listen obsession. I'm gonna go back to this one.
With the light of the
Hey.
from a tenement window, it shines just a blast. Turn around the corner, things got real crappy fast. I walked into a 10th Avenue freeze-out. 10th Avenue freeze-out. Come
All right. Wow.
Well, the change was made uptown, and the big man joined the band. From the coastline to the city, all the little brothers
I can see that.
I'm gonna sit back right easy and laugh.
Wait, because what I love about Bruce too, in his vocal delivery and his performance style, is that I know I'm new to Elvis, but he reminds me of a throwback, or a good mix between the performers of the 60s, but more so the early rock and rollers of the 50s, who I bet, I know that was like his childhood and things like that. So I'm sure he is absolutely a throwback, a callback to the likes of Elvis, Little Richard, Chuck Berry, because he gives all of them. That's I in this moment I pinpointed that that's what it is about Bruce that really resonates with me. Is like, I'm a throwback person too, and it's like, and I can see that and recognize that so much of his style comes from, he's learned from observing and being a fan of the greats. It's similar to Prince too, similar to Prince and Michael Jackson and George Michael. It's that thing of like, when you're truly influenced by the greats, you work very hard not to emulate them. That's where a lot of this new generation gets messed up. You're not trying to copy them. You're trying to be so good you'd impress them. I see that. I see that in him. I see that in him, absolutely. And that's what got me really loving and appreciating him.
Well, the school up in Memphis, the city even had a road. 10th Avenue freeze-out. 10th Avenue freeze-out. 10th Avenue freeze-out. 10th Avenue freeze-out. Talk about Thelma. Ain't nothing but a Thelma. I'm talking about
Come on.
Thelma.
Hey. Woo. My goodness. Okay, that seriously right now might be my favorite recorded Bruce Springsteen song. Like that is, if that ain't a one, if that ain't a I'm obsessed, then I don't know what is. I don't know what the hell is after that. That had me. That could have been a good 3 to 5 minutes longer, and I would have still been jamming. Let's see. You nailed it. Thank you. I'll get to how Gladys was in a second. The most impactful people for Bruce was Hank Williams, Wilson Pickett, love him, Sam and Dave, and the Animals. Okay, it's funny. I've heard of the name the Animals. I don't know if I've actually reacted to them, but I've heard of the name the Animals. But I know Sam and Dave really well. Wilson Pickett, love, love, love. I gotta actually do. Um, I did Tina Turner 6345789. That's right. 'Cause I was thinking it's like I feel like I've done that one. But that's one of my favorite songs ever, and it's what got me introduced to Wilson Pickett. Um, how was Gladys? Gladys was phenomenal. I actually filmed a newer reaction that'll be released later in the week of her doing Friendship Train. Gladys was phenomenal. It's amazing. She'll be 80, not this year, but like next year, and it's funny, she looked good. She was moving all throughout the stage and everything, but it's like you could tell that she's older, but not in the voice. The voice sounded like 1971, and I had a real emotional moment with neither one of us because, putting it simply, that's the song I grew up with on my radio all my life, really. And as a kid, it's a perfect example of, as a kid, it's just she sounds good singing it. They sound good singing, her and the Pips. They sound good singing it. It's a good song because it sounds good. But as a young adult who gets your heart broken, who goes through things, who grows and learns through things, you realize, or at least I realized, that's one of the most beautifully written and sung songs I've ever heard in my life. And hearing her do it live just took me all throughout my memories of where I've been in the radio, in earphones, in the stores, and that song is playing, and it's a song I would need to hear, and it's a song that's like affecting me, and I can't even. And then to see she's right there, and she's sounding just like she does. She sounds just like she did on the album. Cool thing too. Before I move on to the next one, I love that. Because she's not with the Pips. I don't think she's been with the Pips since like '92 or something. But she has all female background singers. I love what I've never seen before from any female entertainer that Gladys did. I love that there was a moment in the show where it wasn't even just introducing you to the individuals, because I want to say it was like 4 or 5 of them. She let them all lead a song. Not one of her songs. They all led different, like some were gospel songs, some were other R&B songs. They all led a song, and then Gladys stood in the back, sang in the background for each of them, while one of the 4 or 5 background singers was singing the lead of whatever song. They never seen nothing like that. I have an immense amount of, I don't even know if that's the right word. I have a large amount of respect for someone who is the out front entertainer, who knows how to step back, who knows how to be in the background, and it's not about stealing the spotlight. It's about showcasing, for whoever else is out front. I love that. Because that, as an actor, that's kind of my thing too. I love improv. Improv is what one of my favorite methods of acting, and that's very much about community. It's very much about the spotlight. Even when it's on you, it's not about you. It's about all of us. And so even when you're behind, it's still about all of us and all that. And I love that. Let's see. Oh, House of the Rising Sun. Okay, I know that. Yes, she did Imagination. Yes, that one also took me back. That one took me back. Oh man, I love Imagination. That is one of my favorite Gladys songs ever. As soon as that beat comes, I really got to use. Love it, love it. Most people don't know that Gladys has been singing performances. Yep, Gladys has been singing since the 50s. What I love and didn't expect, she did her pre-Motown. I don't know how many songs that she did at pre-Motown, but she did With Every Beat of My Heart, which is her first hit, and which was like 1962 or 63, like 3 or 4 years before she got to Motown, But yeah, she's been out there killing it since she was a kid in the 50s, and recording since she was a kid in the 50s. So yeah, I told my friends who treated me to tickets to that, and like it's a funny thing, especially right now, there's a lot of people who are announcing tours, younger artists and legends too, and all that. There are very few people who the gift of tickets to me would get me as excited as my friends gifting me Gladys tickets got me excited for, because that's a legend. That's a legend who inspired legend. That's a pioneer. That's a all my life. That is one of my grandmother's like favorite singers and stuff. Like she's a part of my music taste and I got to see her in person and I love that. I love that. I feel the same way. I got to see Aretha, I spoke about it in one of the lives before, but seeing Aretha Franklin do the national anthem at one of the Lions game. It was one song, but I got to hear Aretha Franklin in the same room sing that, well, stadium. But hey, it felt like she was in this room because I had always wanted to see Aretha Franklin in person, and I got to. I got to see Aretha, Stevie. It is very important to me that I see these legends who inspire my taste like this. So, okay, let's move on to the next. Oh, let's see. Bruce does that sometimes, but with the audience. Oh, cool, cool. Hey, what's happening, Jeff? What's happening, Jeff Martin? He'll let the audience sing, and he'll do the response. I love that. I really love that. I really love that. And shout out to you, Jeff. I got to do Bonnie Raitt before her Grammy win. Congratulations to Bonnie on the Grammy win. Though I don't personally take Grammys all the seriously. Like I've said all throughout my life, the Grammys have done too many of my favorite artists wrong too many times for me to actually care. But I look at it as a Super Bowl. In fact, I care more about the Grammys than the Super Bowl. But with the Super Bowl, I care about who's performing, and I do care this year. I do care a lot actually. But it's like, you know. I don't take it too seriously, basically, with that. But I love that Bonnie won. That's congratulations to her. That is awesome. And I finally got around to bringing her onto the channel. So yes. All right. Now next song, track number 3. This is Night. Never heard it, but here we go. The horns. Knowledge. First off, Jeff, Bonnie deserves all the accolades she gets. I agree. I was reading about before diving into the first song for the channel, was reading a little bit about her artistry and her influence and how eclectic and diverse her catalog is. Love that. And she's been around since the 60s, 70s. Love that. And still doing it. And to Mike's about this album has not won a Grammy. Need I say more? This is the story. This is the story of me and appreciating older acts. Like, I want to say, the Grammys meant the most to me before I started looking up which albums won what in the past, basically, and which albums weren't even nominated in the past, honestly. So it's like I feel like the only time the Grammys ever did one of my favorites right was Michael's Thriller Night, and then they invited him for the '88 Grammys just to get him on camera every time he didn't win and walked home with none. That's so nasty. And then just in general, so many artists that like there's so many songs that you would have think, oh, I bet this won a Grammy. I bet this album won it. That Diana Ross still hasn't won one competitive Grammy. We all thought this was going to be the year. I don't give them no change, no sense, but they could they couldn't give her since this is her 60th year in the industry. This is her 60th year in the industry, and if you include the Supremes albums and the soundtracks, I counted, this is around her 49th or 50th album. If you include the Supreme studio albums, her studio albums, and her soundtrack albums, this is either her 49th or 50th album after 60 years in the industry. Y'all couldn't just give her one competitive. Like they gave her another lifetime of okay, that's sweet and that it's earned. Her album, and then me, who knows Diana Ross's catalog pretty well, this was one of her better albums. Like, and so Grammys are cute. That's all that. With Grammys, when someone dresses, oh, that's so sweet. That is so sweet. No, really. Man. Oh, let me read Jess. I almost went to see him on this tour, but my roommate who had lived in New Jersey said that he was just a local bar band and not much to see. Oh, no. No. Curse that roommate forever. No. Oh, my goodness. Started seeing Bonnie back in the mid-'70s so many times over the years. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Rolling Stones, Pink Floyd, Queen, no Grammy. Yep. It says it all. It says it all. To me, congratulations to everyone who has them, but I'm so happy that it's another thing of where I'm happy that I take the look that I do in the music and that I know that they don't hold as much merit as they quote unquote should or could, because there's a lot of greatness that is just not rewarded from this industry, not awarded in this industry. So yeah, Grammys are cute. Jersey. Shout out to Jersey. I actually have a lot of family there on my great grandfather's side from St. Vincent. In fact, when my great grandparents, shout out to, there's no way she's watching this, but my 103-year-old great grandmother in Detroit, well, she'll be 103 this year, but since she's over 100, it's like, no, we don't wait till the birthday. Her birthday's June 13th. She is 103 now. This is her 103rd year. Hey, but when they got married, they settled in New Jersey because that's where a lot of his family is still, and then they moved to Detroit, and so that's how one of the ways became a Detroit kid. That's the funny thing. I also do my family's family tree stuff, so I'm always fascinated by that, by all the people we come from and all this different stories. Take note. It took a lot of people to make just you. It took a lot of people to make just you. That's something I love to go back to when life feels overwhelming, when it seems like it's too much, where it's like, we have how many? Eight great grandparents. Yeah. 8 great grandparents. It took a lot of people. It took 8 people to have your grandparents, for the 4 to have your parents, then the 2 to have it. It's a lot. It takes a. And so life is life. Life life is a lot, and we're not the first people who life's been a lot for. So love that. Let me see. Jethro Tull. Didn't Jethro Tull win for best heavy metal? I think even Ian apologized over it. Wow. Wow. Night was great. Night was great. I would give it either. I think I give it a two, just out of like, first off, the drums and the horns right away. But then I also really love Bruce's voice with it, and it's got a catchiness to it where it's like I can see myself going to that direct song. Like that's different. I think I feel like I say it every time I give a grade. That's the difference between a two and a three. A love it versus I like it. A love it is a song where on a randomness I will go to this song on the album. A three, I like it means that I'll let it play, and I might not skip it. I might just not, I might not be feeling it, so I might skip it. But a two is that I can see myself going to the specific song. So right now, we're Night Sis. I can give it a two. The next song is Backstreets. Check the comments real quick. Hey, what's happening, Polsky? What's happening? Okay, Backstreets. Okay, that piano. Thank you. Piano.
When Sultan faced that summer, me and Jerry became friends, trying in vain to breathe the fire we was born in. Catching rides to the outskirts, tying fate between our teeth, sleeping in that old abandoned beach house, getting wasted in the heat. Yeah. High on the back streets, high on the back streets. We were so hard and filled with defeat. One for lies at night on them back streets. Slow dancing in the dark on the beach of Stockton's Wine. With desperate lovers part, we sang with the last.
I love this. I love the atmosphere of this one. First off, the instrumental alone, I cannot. I'm gonna be giving this one a one. The instrumental alone, that instrumental melody is gonna stick with me for sure. But I love the feeling of this song very, very much. Ah, thank you very much, Mike. The Inside One. Okay, Okay, this is a great way. Okay, so like you said, in the side one, this is a really good way to. So this is the last song before side two, I imagine, and this is a good way to like wind down that because yeah, it's 8 songs, so 4 and 4. So this is a great way to like wind down that that first side. So yeah, I could see that because this has a more mellow mood to it, a different mood to it. So I dig that.
Strangers huddled in our cars, waiting for the bells of rain in the deep part of the night. When you let loose of everything to go wild on the back streets, wild on the back streets.
That's voice.
Take it slow and take it on them back streets together.
This is fire. This is fire. Hang on. Everything about this, his vocals like this, but then that piano, but then that drum. Well, those drums, like, it's so epic. It's so epic. I'm like, what's the right word? Because it feels huge. It feels grand. If like, thank you, Mike, for saying Phil Spector. It is very much like a rock version of that wall of sound, and I love it. I love it very much, and his voice plays up to it, and it just everything is so well matched. Beautifully done.
Streets, hiding on the big streets, hiding on the big streets.
I'm gonna be looking for a live version of that because that might be one of the best songs I've heard ever. Like for real, just in how it was produced and how I got to see how it translates live and with an audience and we know I've seen enough of Bruce live to know that the audience energy feeds and fuels his performance energy. So I'm very where he gives so much vocally with that. I'm very curious to how it translates with an audience and everything. So yeah, I will definitely be looking for that one to add to the Bruce reacting soon. Let's see. Wow! That is awesome. That is awesome about your friend who did landscaping work at Bruce's place. That is really cool. That is really, really cool. All right. So, this is the turn of. Thank you, Mike. This is the turn of side two, and the turn of side two is Born to Run. Born to Run. First, this is one of the earliest Bruce reactions I did on the channel. My sister recommended this one. It was a live, and that one was a lot of fun. And I think I have heard the recorded one a few times since, but hey, let's roll with it now. So this is Born to Run. Oh. I did not grade Backstreets because I thought that was. I give it a 1. I'm obsessed with it. I want to hear it again. So that goes without saying. Back to Born to Run. Got to start over because yeah, I love that start. Again, I'm so happy we brought up Phil Spector for this because it's all so cool. This is very, very Wall of Sounds Phil Spector. But two, again, thank you for mentioning that where the divide is for side 1 and side 2. This is a phenomenal way to start side 2, actually. Hit the ground running, literally. So, love it. Let me catch up on the comments real quick. Hey, welcome, Monica. Good to see you, Monica. You made it. Enya's entire repertoire is built on the walls. That's good to know. I plan on getting to Enya soon, actually. And you weren't allowed to drive down the Jersey Shore without listening to this song. I believe it, and I support that law. I support it. I will help. I will be looking in the. Hey, they not playing it. Someone arrest them. I love it. I was belting this song to my roommate in the car last night. Love it. Oh man, I love you guys. You guys are great. Love this. Hey, Michael, you made it. It really is the perfect song. It really is the perfect song. And this album, I this is why I love doing this, and why I actually really like doing this with the audience too. It's that thing of like I'm really loving every single song. I haven't heard of three yet. I haven't heard a song that I just like yet. Knock on some wood, because that still got like four more to go. But three more. But still, I this is so great, and this is a great way to start the day. And this is a great way to start the day with you guys and get back into the scope of doing lives again. So, like I said, live's been a lot, but I'm glad. I was not going to turn down this Sunday. Even when I saw it was Super Bowl Sunday, it's like, well, we just going to do it early, so that's not interrupting with nobody's plans. But anyway, back to it. We gonna let the song play out. My goodness. And that is a perfect song to how did you put it, Monica? You were saying earlier that it is a perfect song to belt out. Oh my goodness, yes, absolutely. Man, it is good to see you, Michael. It is really good to see you, Michael. I'm so glad you could make it. All right. So, Born to Run, obviously a one. Obviously another one. Obsessed, Perfection. I love it. I really there's not a single flaw to that song. There's not, and that's my thing. Anytime I give something a one, there is nothing to be improved upon. The only thing that would be close to that is it could be extended probably, but even then, it's like extending it might mess up the flow or something. But a one is just perfect. It's just so good, and it's like usually the thing is like it could extend. No, just put it on repeat so you can make it longer. Enjoy it more. So anyway, the next one, track number 6, this is She's the One. Never heard it before, but like I said, knock on wood, there's another one or two, because so far this album has been it's been getting right out of the park, basically A's and B's. So let's check out She's the One. All right.
With a few little graces and the secret places that no foe can fill. With her arms on her hips, oh, and that smile on her lips, because she knows that it kills me. With a soft French scream standing in that doorway like a dream, I wish she'd just leave me alone. Because French dreams won't soften them boots, and French kisses will not break that heart of stone. With her long hair falling and her eyes that shine like
love those touches.
She's the one.
I'm like something's coming. I know it.
Let the thunder in your heart every night when you need it in the dark. It says you're never gonna leave her. But there's this angel in her eyes that tells us desperate lies, and all you wanna do is believe her. And tonight you'll try just one more time to leave it all behind and never gone through. Well, she can take you, but if she wanna break you, she's gonna find out that it's so easy to do. And no matter where you sleep tonight or how far you run,
I'm gonna pause because this is just pause for the YouTube sake, but this is so eclectic. I love all of the different fusions and things going on here. I like the simplicity it starts with. I love that. But what's funny, I'm reminded of Ike and Tina, where it's like Bruce's simple ain't so simple. So the ears are ready. So don't get too used to this simplicity here. But I was enjoying it while I was too. Like I love that chime effect. I don't know what that is, but it's a real beautiful effect. And then with his vocals too, like that, it was a thing of like, oh, this he about to go at it. He about to go at it, and then he did that drop, and that beat. It reminds me kind of like a Queen's song or a Queen's. That's what if that makes any sense at all. That's kind of what it like gives a little bit a Queen's energy type thing, and I love that. I love that very much because I kind of view Bruce and Freddie as like performance brothers almost and musical brothers almost in this way. David, what's his name? Bowie too. How did I forget Bowie? Oh snap. Thank you so much, Monica. Thank you so much for the great timing of joining us. I love it. Thank you so much, Monica. I appreciate that. All right, so back to this. Loving it.
oh, she's the one. She's the one. Whoa, just one kiss, she's feeling lonesome and with a
And there's more. Yeah.
a cigarette perfume made like when love could save you.
I can see that. And that saxophone. Oh my goodness. Another one, another literal one, another perfect song where that just I love songs that take you on a journey. That just kept taking you on a different turn, and the adding the saxophone right where it did, that solidified it. That solidified it. That absolutely, like, it was already it was already a two bordering one. That saxophone took it to a bona fide. Nope, two ain't even negotiable. I don't just love it. I want to hear it again. I'm obsessed with it. I want that build up. That the entire song is a fantastic build up, and yeah, loved it. Loved it. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments. Let's see. Fantastic. Seeing Bruce and his band live is still one of the best shows I've ever been to. I believe that. I so believe with every live I've done of his, and on so many levels, like not even just the fast songs, but I love his one of my favorite aspects to anyone performing live is the intimacy. It's those slower moments where even when the room is packed, it feels like just you and the artist. It feels like they're singing directly to you, or even if it's not directly to you, where it's like it's a bonding moment of everyone you're there with. Gladys had that too, so yeah, I can so see Bruce being the ticket, but Bruce being worth the ticket. So absolutely. Let's see. He tried to keep the show under 3 hours this tour, but I believe it. Hey, and he, especially right now with his discography too. Like, man, man. And then I know too that he's one of those artists where these songs, no matter the length, the 3 minutes and 10, 4 minutes and 29, 4 minutes and 30, with that band, when you're feeling, you could just keep going. You could just keep going, and I love that. I love that. All right, so the next song is Meeting Across the River. Never heard it before, so let's check it out. So far, every single song's been a hit. So
Hey Eddie, can you lend me a few bucks? Tonight, can you get us a ride? Gotta make it through the tunnel. Got a meeting with a man on the other side. And Eddie, this guy, he's the real thing. So if you wanna come along, you gotta promise you won't say anything. This guy don't dance, and the word's been passed, this is our last chance. We gotta stay cool tonight, Eddie, 'cause man, we got ourselves out on that line. And if we blow this one, they ain't gonna be looking for just me this time. And all we gotta do is hold up our end. You stuff this in your pocket, it'll look like you're carrying a friend. And remember, just don't smile, change the shirt, 'cause tonight we got style. Cherry says she's gonna walk, 'cause she found I took the radio and hocked it. But Eddie, man, she don't understand that $2 grand's practically sitting here in my pocket. Tonight's gonna be everything that I said. And when I walk through that door, I'm just gonna throw that money on the bed. She'll see this time I wasn't just talking. Then I'm gonna go out walking.
You know what that actually reminds me of? It reminds me of some of my favorite Stevie Wonder ballads of the 70s. Like, so, what comes to mind is probably my favorite Stevie Wonder ballad is Never Dreamed You'd Leave This Summer. And also, like, very melancholy. I was, that was the word I was thinking of too, right before you had to even mention that word, Michael. And sorry that, that's, it ties into your relationship with your friend that way. Like, that's, yeah, and like you said, you're not bringing down, but it's like I feel like the song's mood itself is like winding down. But it's got that saxophone was beautiful, but then that piano too. It so reminds me of a '70s Stevie Wonder ballad, and that's a high compliment for a ballad for sure. That is this LP reminds me. Oh man, it's always interesting that life is like that. There's a number of friends too where it's like we connected numbers, but then the numbers change, and we just never connected again. It's like, where are you in the world, And so I could definitely see that's another. It's another one. I love songs that are like that, where it is like I said, it's all about. Actually, I would give that one a two, where it's like I'm not obsessed with it, but I love it and I can see myself going to it. But it's one that I don't need to hear again right after. That's the difference between like a one and a two. But it's one I can definitely see myself going directly towards because I get in these feelings. Y'all, I'm very transparent about my feelings and my things that I go through. Shoot, even in the last year and all that. But that is very good song, very good. Haunting is the word. Haunting is the right word. Oh wow, wow. All my friends. I this seems like a great album to be brand new. Well, to be like a young person when it's brand new too. But then because I feel like that's how I feel about say the Jackson Five's music, where like I say, my mom raised me on the music of her childhood. So not even just the Jackson Five, but the Jackson Five and like the Supremes. Their music sounds like it just I feel like their music made my childhood a lot of fun, and so I feel like too there's albums like this where I could see this would have made me. I could you hear the teenage anthems, you hear the feelings, and yeah, and I feel the same way too about Stevie Wonder, where Stevie Wonder has like songs that I think are like perfect teenage anthems, young adult anthems, and all that kind of stuff. Prince, Bowie too. Well, I don't know Bowie's discography as well, but from what I've heard, songs I've heard and I really like, it's like I can see that like really hitting in the '70s and everything. So, the next song is the very last song on the album, and it's gonna bring our evening to a wrap. But this has been so much fun, so much fun. I really enjoyed it, and I really appreciate every single. I think I got the majority of my patrons on here. I appreciate that. Love that. Love you guys. Love that. Finally was able to do this, and finally was able to do this in a way that everyone's schedule could work, that my schedule, or not even my schedule, my feelings would allow it. Because like this whole 2023 has been different, but it's been good different too though. But I've been it's good to be here. It's good to be here. And first one since my birthday too, so loving that. Is I kind of hate I didn't do one in January, but January was a mess. January was a complete mess. So, all right. Without further ado, this is Jungle Land. Jungle Land. Excuse. Oh, how did I say Jug? Prince had a song called Jughead. That's why. Jungle Land. Jungle Land. Absolutely. So this is track number 8, Jungle Land. Beautiful violins.
last night. And a magic rat drove his sleek machine over a Jersey state line. Barefoot girl sitting on the hood of a Dodge, drinking warm beer in the soft summer rain. The rat pulls in the town, rolls up his pants. Together they take a stab at romance and disappear down Flamingo Lane. Well, a maximum lawman run down Flamingo, chasing a rat and a barefoot girl. And the kids around here look just like shadows, always quiet, holding hands. From the churches to the jails, tonight all is silence in the world. As we take our stand.
Mike, I think I can do one more. It's like, but yeah, I'm gonna have. I mentioned my great grandmother. Sunday's usually my long phone calls with her, so we can do one more. One more. All right. So, all right, back to it.
In jungle well, midnight gangs
There we
assemble
go.
and picked a rendezvous for the night. They'll meet neath that giant Exxon sign that brings this fair city light. Man, there's an opera out on the turnpike. There's a ballet being fought out in the alley until the local
And it's still like 3 minutes to go. So, I'm not lowering the guard yet. Wow. There we go.
Beneath the city, two hearts beat, soul engines running through a night so tender. In a bedroom locked in whispers of soft refusal and then surrender. In the tunnels uptown, the rats on dream guns him down. The shots echo down them hallways in the night. No one watches and the ambulance pulls away. Or as the girl shuts out the bedroom light. Outside the streets on fire in a real death waltz between what's flesh and what's fantasy. Man, the poets down here don't write nothing at all. They just stand back and let it all be. And in the quick of the night, they reach for their moment and try to make an honest stand. But they wind up wounded, not even dead. Tonight in Jungle Land.
That was a 2. That was an absolute 2. I can so see myself going to it. I loved it. I loved it very much. And there's so much to it. So much to that. And thank you so much, Michael. Thank you so very much, Michael. Really appreciate that. I can still do Beauty and the Beast. Mike, I can do Beauty and the Beast. That that is funny. That's how you didn't do the river first. Did I? Did I wait? Did I do the river? Hang on. So glad I didn't do the river first. That's actually hilarious. I'm thinking. Oh, Thunder Road. I got Thunder Road mixed up with the river because I'm like, didn't I do the river? Or I did. I did. I forgot to. I did a live reaction to the song "The River," but you guys mean the album. Okay. All right. Um. Yeah, I can do Beauty and the Beast, and then I think I'm still gonna either aim to do another live of the remaining tracks from Wild Heart, or I might do individual videos for them. Either way, what I love very much is that album's turning 40 this year. That's so weird. 83. My parents they got divorced in like early 90s, but they were married September 6th, 83. So this would have been their 40th year. So that is, if you knew that is hilarious. Like I have no memory of them ever being married. So anyway, so gotta wrap this up because I gotta call Nana. So this is Beauty and the Beast from Stevie Nicks' Wild Heart album, and I've been enjoying every single track on this album. And as soon as this one's done, I'm going to wrap this up. So again, thank you all so very much for even taking the time to check out this live, to join me. Happy Super Bowl Sunday to you all. And now, Beauty and the Beast. Come on, Stevie.
You're not a stranger to me, and you're something. See, you don't even know how to please. You say a lot, but you're unaware how to leave. Misunderstood, out of time. Timeless is the creature who is wise, and timeless is the prisoner in the sky. Is the beauty, who the beast? Would you die of grieving when I leave? Two children, too blind to see. Your shadow, I believe.
Wait. For the YouTube pause, this is another one where it's like every single thing about this plays so beautiful, and it's another one where it's like it takes you places, it takes you inside, and I love her voice. I love her voice with ballads. I love her voice with like all music now, actually, but with ballads, it's something so timeless. It's something so timeless, and that's the key with this song. Where I wouldn't have guessed this was 1983. I wouldn't have known what era this came from. It's just, it sounds great, and I feel that's a beautiful thing for certain songs to have, where it's like it doesn't matter when it came out. It's that, it fits in with any era. It fits in with like being a good ballad, and love her voice with this. All right. Wow. Okay, real quick wrap up. That might be. Thank you so much for recommending that one. So it's funny that one so deserved its own solo video too. I might have to do a second solo video for it. That's its own reaction. Well, it wouldn't be a first listen, so it's like I don't know. But I'm blown away. I'm blown away by that one because that is just truly musically perfection, lyrically perfect. I'm so moved by that. Um, just there's no beauty without my beast. That is so perfect. That is so real and so deep, and I love that. I love that. Whoa! Oh my God! I can only imagine how this must have sounded and felt with an orchestra involved. Like my goodness. that's that I'm that's a one for sure. That one will definitely get played again and played often. That and it's funny because like you had just said, where Stand Back sounds like '83, and this one this time I love them both. It's my love of music. I love them both, and so it's like they both bring something out of me and bring something true that I can relate to very much. I really love. So yeah, that wow. Wow, that and agreed, fantastic song to end on. So again, thank you guys so much for stopping by, for hanging out with me. Gonna aim to do more lives. We shall see. Like I say, my lives are very much about how I feel. So we're gonna see. We're gonna hope we're feeling great for the rest. That this is the start of feeling great for the rest of the year. So but let's see. Let's see. And just again, thank you all so very much for taking the time and have a great, fun, safe Super Bowl Sunday. And just, enjoy the game, enjoy the halftime. That's all I care about is the halftime. I don't know, whatever else. Halftime, enjoy the Rihanna concert. Enjoy whatever you're doing today. Enjoy your day, enjoy your week. So thank you guys for spending time with me. And as always, please take care of yourselves and each other.